Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, today I've got the drone that it seems like everybody loves to hate right now, the Mavic 3. Yeah, so I'm having pretty good luck with this drone in enjoying it. I will show you, people talk about how the gimbal comes loose after a while. It doesn't stay locked, and they get little marks on the side of the gimbal there, and I'm going to see if I can show you. Yeah, I see that on mine as well. That's about the worst thing that I can say about it. So in any case, I'm in Kuna, Idaho. I'm at what they call the Kuna Greenbelt Park, and it's right on Indian Creek. Indian Creek is just dry as a bone right now, but there's a rail line that runs right by here, so maybe if we're lucky we might see a train go by. And then also I just noticed the Kuna water tower is behind us, so we might get some pictures of that too. I'm just trying to think if we'll probably just shoot in 4K 60 frames per second. We might have to take it down to 30 frames if we decide to do some zooming. But mostly, I think I'm just going to leave it in regular mode. We're going to shoot at 60 frames per second. I'm going to get out and just look around a little bit. I've never flown here before, so let's just see the sights. Let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, we're all fired up and ready to go. It's asking for a firmware update, so gosh, I might as well do that. They're calling this a recommended zone, so that's good. Let's update here. Yeah, the aircraft is updating. I didn't know that there was a recent update for this guy, or I would have done it before I left the house, but hopefully it won't take but a second. And it's not really giving us on the update page, it's not really telling us what the update's about, but yeah, it hopefully won't take too long here. Okay, it's telling us that the update is successful. I'm going to cycle everything. I'm going to shut everything down, turn it all back on, including the app. That way we know that everything's as it should be. You should always do that after an app update. Okay, it automatically started up the Fly app for us here and took us right back into the main page. Home point updated, preparing to take off. It's telling us, yeah, and it's saying it's ready to go. Let's take a look. We are in 4K 30. I want to change that to, I want to take it out of the Explorer mode in 4K 60. So it put us in 4K 60, so that is good. And let me go ahead and look at the safety app here. We got bypass on, the little radar around the drone. Home point's good. It's not asking for any calibrations. We can look at battery, but that's going to be good. Yep. And yeah, so we should be good to go. And yeah, we are in auto. It is about, I don't know, 3:30 or so in the afternoon here. Yeah, 3:37. So the winter sun is awful low in the sky. So let's start recording right now. And we're going to do an auto takeoff. And I'm going to let the drone hover above the takeoff point at about 7 meters. So there it goes, took off there, and then let's just go straight up for about 7 meters. That's a little over 20 feet. Yeah, we went a little high there, but everybody's telling me I have yet to be able to get a precision landing with my Mavic 3, and everybody's telling me that I'm not letting it look at the landing pad long enough. So hey, here we go. And hey, you can see that water tower off in the distance. So maybe we should go look at that first. And we've got the sun behind us, so why not? Let's just go straight up. We're gonna forego our usual droney here, and I see that we have some a business right there with some trucks and so forth, or I assume it's a business. We're not going to bother them, but I think we can get to an area here where we can be back far enough that we shouldn't be bothering anybody. So let's grab some more height here and drop that gimbal down just a little more height. And let's see, we are in normal mode. Let's see if I can do a half orbit in normal mode. And yeah, we're doing it here. I'm not quite in the center of frame, but close enough. We're over that park, so. And I think what we can do is I think we can kind of get in close and we can see the Kuna. Well, it looks like they just have a K on there. This is the city of Kuna, and as you can see, it's kind of in the shade. Yeah, we can move in on that, and we're not going to be in anybody's way. We're not going to go out over the street. But let's, we should be able to just kind of go close to it. And it looks like it's got an antenna on the top there. We're in close enough here that I think we can circle around, and I put it in cine mode. And let's see if we can do a slow circle around this guy. And we're not over the street, we're over the little park. And there it is. Boy, look at, they sure have a lot of cell phone antennas attached to that thing, don't they? Holy cow. I was hoping it would say Kuna on there, but they just got a K. And we'll get around to the sunny side. Then look at that, there's even a ladder there. Man, oh man, look at all those cell phone antennas and stuff. Holy guacamole. Yeah. Oh, this is pretty cool. There's that ladder going to the top. No thank you, that wouldn't be me, I can tell you that. Okay, we get on this side, and we will do our we'll do a reverse droney here. So that's the city of Kuna. I mean, that you're seeing off in the distance there. It is a small town that has been, just like everything else in Idaho, has been growing exponentially. So I put it in sport mode, but I changed my mind. I'm going to go back into normal mode, and we're just going to do a reverse away from this thing and up. Because we've got a ways to go to get into, you know, we can stay below that 120. Okay, that's good enough. We're up at about 115 meters. And what you're looking at is, no, it just wasn't very many years ago. This was all farmland. And this is kind of the little city center right here. And you can see the roundabout there. That used to be just a corner. And then you'll see as I yaw around here, kind of goes to the main drag. That's kind of the main drag through Kuna. And that's the way I come in. And let me drop the camera down here a little. And that little turnoff where you see all those cars turning, that is Swan Falls Road. So when you see me going out to Heroes Park, yeah, we got a manned aircraft nearby, and I can see him on the screen. I'm going to, just for safety, I'm going to drop altitude, but he is way away from us, way to the south of us. That ADS-B is pretty cool, and I can see him there. He's way away from where we're at. And you can see the icon. Let me bring up the let me see if I can bring up the map here, and you can see right where he's at there. So anybody that is you know, wondering about how ADS-B works, there it is, and it's just a handy little thing. And you can see his path there. That is so cool. Okay, let's go back to our screen here. And yeah, we don't need to be as high as we are, so let's, this is Indian Creek, and as you can see, it's dry. And let's see if we can get across here. And I do see a little bit of water down there. And this is, that's also part of the Kuna Greenbelt. And I'm going to drop the camera as we get by here, but that's about all the water you're going to find in Indian Creek. And then you got the rail line here. So we can follow this a little ways here. We're not going to get too carried away because obviously it goes right through town, but pretty cool little green belt they've got, huh? Right along the creek here. And we'll turn, we'll follow the creek as it meanders around. And you know, like I said, all of this development you see here is in the last, oh gosh, you know, I think when I moved here 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago, Kuna was a little bit of nothing. And boy, oh boy. And more growth. Look at that, there's some more houses going in right there. Pretty cool. Okay, let's turn around here and come back to us. And I'm going to try and avoid getting that sun right in our eyes, but it's tough. Let's go over we can kind of go over the tracks here. What I was kind of hoping we'd be lucky enough to see a train go by, but no such luck. I don't know how often they get trains through here, but let's drop some altitude here and bring it down a little lower. It's always more interesting lower. There's always more to look at. And you got a bunch of warehouses off to the left there. And again, this road, and we'll see if we can kind of move around and take a look at it here. Let me slow this baby down. So this road right here is how you get to the Snake River Canyon. So when you see me talking about going to the Snake River Canyon, I go down that road, I don't know, 15 or 20 miles or so, and lo and behold, there's the canyon. You see a little bit of, you know, what looks like smoke or whatever. We're having kind of an inversion right now, and actually the air, they're saying the air quality is a little bit unhealthy. So let's move forward here. And I'm in that park right to on the right-hand side of the screen. And you can see how far away that guy is from us, so not anywhere close to where we're at, and a lot higher. And all of a sudden we got some water in Indian Creek here. Pretty cool. Got some guys playing frisbee golf here, and I guess I'm kind of in the middle of their situation, so they're yelling at me, but they'll be all right. That's a school right there. We're going to stay away from that. Let's move over here to the other side of the Indian Creek, and just keep going along the rails here for a little ways. Alrighty, let's move this guy around, and there again you're looking at the little city of Kuna. Getting a little breakup on FPV, just a tiny little bit. We're probably in a challenging Wi-Fi environment here. Okay, so we are coming up on, this is the parking lot, and you're going to see my my Chevy Tahoe parked down there, and we're, you know, right about treetop height here. And we'll bring it around and bring it back. So we had a little pause there. There was, like I said, there were some guys playing frisbee golf, and it was kind of interesting. They definitely, this group right here, I don't know, I would have thought that they could have thrown around me, but evidently not. So I kind of paused there. Here's a train, so let's get ready for that. Let's go. We're gonna do a Mike Smith or a Mike DiCurcio special right here. Here it comes. Sport mode. And we're off to the side. I'm not gonna get as close as my friend Mike DiCurcio, but yeah, there we go. That's what I was hoping for, a little bit of train footage. I saw a little gimbal movement there in sport mode, and look at that, in sport mode we can actually move faster than the train. So I'm going to just put it in normal mode, and full stick forward in normal mode. And it's just a short one. Hey, that was worth the trip right there, wasn't it? So my friend Mike would have got, Mike DiCurcio, he would have got up close and personal with that guy, but yeah, I'm not that brave. Look, they look pretty empty, don't they? And I'm able to kind of keep up with him just with the in normal mode. Okay, we're gonna let him go. Yeah, and I lost signal there, so the drone will be coming back to us. Let's just let it come back, and let's just see what we get for a return to home. We're amongst some trees and stuff, and let's see how the smart return to home works, and then we'll call this a flight. And I keep getting weak signal here, and there we lost signal again. It keeps coming back and dropping out. And we are not that far away. Drone is in normal mode. Kind of interesting how the signal, and now the signal is coming back strong. Drop the gimbal down here as we go, and it'll be interesting to see the drone drop in altitude as it comes down. And yeah, this wasn't dramatic at all, because it can certainly drop in altitude where we're at right here. Just landing the drone. Okay, watch the drone. And looks like we're going to get a precision landing here. And we got right on the pad there. So that's good. Let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the DJI Mavic 3. Now, that was a fun flight. We got to get some shots of the water tower over there, and we did see a train, and I did get to fly a train, so that was pretty cool too. And you got to see a little bit of Kuna and the road that I take when I go out to the Snake River Canyon. Now, the flight was not without a couple of little issues. When I was in sport mode chasing the train, I did see some movement in the gimbal. Now, what I'm going to say there is DJI tells you that sport mode is not for cinematic flight. So in other words, any drone, I don't care what brand, you're going to expect that that could happen in sport mode. Doesn't always happen, but it could happen. Now, what's of concern though, is I did lose signal a couple of times, and this is with 03, they call it, their best, or 3.5 or whatever they call it, 3 plus now. You know, they used to call it OcuSync, now they just call it, or maybe they call it OS3, anyway, whatever it is, the newest version of OcuSync. And there was even a point there when it was in return to home, we were about 500 meters out, and we lost connection. So that's kind of weird. And I realize you're in a city environment, so you know, maybe a little more of a challenging Wi-Fi environment, but in any case, that's what we saw, and it's just worth talking about and reporting. But other than that, what a cool flight. Man, I just had a lot of fun, so I hope you guys enjoyed it too. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.